Peace. Peace to my divine infinite consciousness, and peace to my infinite self in all realms and realities. Peace to the foundation from where I came from and through. So, yeah, we're going to jump right into this jank right here. We're building about root races. Now, the root races is something that we already figured out and seen the natural process of life on this plane. Now, we see every major root race is given a time to rule. It has a certain periods from which they do in certain times. For instance, you're going to have the golden age. The golden age is considered an age where everything's peace, prosperity, all that good stuff is going down. Ain't no murder and killing, and nobody's like trying to take space from one another. They just like really peace. Then you got silver. Silver age, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty much the same thing going down, but everybody's starting to develop their own little techs, their own little technologies, and talents. Using their talents for their own being, their own self that they feel that they're experiencing. Kind of separating from the whole. Then you got the Bronze Age. By this time everything is like a little, weary. It's a little shaky. Everybody's standing on shaky grounds with each other. So it's like they got their own areas, and and it's like everybody trying to hold their area down. With a couple more people who's like dissatisfied with the peace that was going on, and so they kind of want to bring chaos and confusion in order to get their way about it. Then you got the Iron Age. The Iron Age is the age where everything that is made is like a flimsy artificial existence. The Iron Age gets you sucked into the mind and allow you to get lost into a virtual reality world, because all these things happen in the Iron Age. So when these things go down, you lose spirituality. You start putting all your all into devices that is disconnected from you and giving it power. And so begin to spiral down deeper and deeper into the depths of the Supreme Being, which is a place that a lot of people who are righteous, that feel that they're righteous, do not want to go, or have been, and like, I'm not trying to go back. So when you looking at the beginning root race, that's the woolly haired. Now they talking about the etheric beings. You got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Now we're dealing with common sense here, and common sense definitely comes in the etheric form, the etheric hair form. And when we say the etheric hair, is the non-etheric hair, which is the coil nap. Now that's what we're explaining it as. It was brought to us like that. However, we don't have to follow everything that a person brings to us, but we have the common sense to know exactly know and understand what it is. A lot of us has been here before and already as ascended masters. It was grown and brought up in the hood, especially in the 80s and the 90s. Those are the generation that they wanted to kill off. So yeah, survival at those times were hard. Amongst your peers and amongst people outside of you and older than you, who have been into the realm longer physically but may not be spiritually. We lost a lot of good ones, y'all, at young ages, teenagers. So yeah, when you living in the Iron Age, like I say, you get erect buildings and stuff, that looks nice, the glassy looking buildings, flimsy looking shit compared to the Stone Age or the Golden Age or the Silver Age, shit like that. That's when the spirituality was up high. We done use songs and sound saunas or sound waves and shit And sonic sounds and all that to fuck with the frequencies to build shit. We used our artists to create things, the most unique shit. Then we build it. We used our ones who love to build to build. Most High is like this. That's why when you look back, the Most High is expressing itself through all of us with this talent. And as the first shall be the last. So the root race that was first was the 9 ether woolly hair, the nappy motherfuckers, the nappy hair. And it was dark ass beings. Those beings, you had different sizes, different heights as well. We all got big homies, got giants, titans, and they all got little homies, pygmies, shit like that. The real deal though, And they know much is smart and swift. So this is what it is. Things were attacked, different beings were set in, changing of the different root races occurred. But that 9 ether stayed since the beginning. This is why they attack your ass. If you got the 9 ether, the woolly hair. They attack you through the hair. Only white mug you see with a hair like that is an albino. No one on earth has it. So this is what they talking about. They find in these tombs and all that. These straight hair mummy people, red hairs and craniums, this, that, and the third, and all of that shit, and blonde hairs and shit like that. But you never found a nappy hair nigga. Maybe in T.I.M.E. But look at that though, because that was just a self-evident thing at the time. So we're gonna build, which is bring forth an understanding by destroying anything that was weak and wicked prior and to before, on the fact that the root races and its how it lives out is what affects time. And in our time, we had all those things they call Utlan or Atlantis, Lemuria. It goes all the way back. You know what I'm saying? They call it Keelabon, all these different things. These were different root races that just spanned out. And they learned how to keep their time longer. It's before they got until they spiraled down into the low self, which is the gold, down towards the Bronze Age and the Iron Age. So it's crucial for you to understand and to know that your culture has been taken from you, and you have no understanding of what freedom is, or freedom, or free mind. They gave you the history. They gave you what you know. They gave you the cosmos that they show. They gave you the Copernicus model to make you think on that forever. So we gotta connect, raise up. Got a lot of them getting us to separate, give us the wars, the gender wars. They're separating the Trinity. They come up, put the woman above everything. We know and understand that. We know in the family we know her part. We don't need you to tell us that. So that's what is a threat to society and shit right there in itself, is the man, woman, and child, the Holy Trinity. And so, because that's what's going to keep the gene staying in this realm. So that's showing you the root race is still here. It's going to be the first, and it's going to be the last. And this is the seventh. This is the seventh race. This is the seventh cycle now. The last one before it all resets. Everything was taken. All the trees was cut. All the diamond trees. All the silica trees. All the ruby trees. Everything was cut and used for different things and harvested before you got here. You just happen to be here. And it's a reason. Some of you is meant to wake up. Some of you just here to live out your karmic contracts. But this is the Iron Age right here. This is where you at. Now, it's only you can make heaven on earth. You got 3 ways. You got 2 different paths, one on the left, one on the right. Then you got the one in the middle. And this path, just like we learned last life, how to master yourself in the last Iron Age, you have to do that to go to the next one, to be in the Crystal City. This is where it's a spiritual game. It wasn't strong enough to unite. Not at this time. So you must just unite on the frequency. So yeah, this is why you ground, you eat with high vibrational foods, keep your vibe high, get your kundalini up. This is what transcends worlds. You'll take that on with you to the next. All right, I love you.